Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Berner, you're the DRF Bets race of the day for Sunday, January the 28th. Race number 9 at Sam Houston. It's the Grade 3 Houston Ladies Classic. If you sign up for DRF Bets, you'll be rewarded with a $200 free bet. No deposit required when you go to drf.com/join and use the promo code FREEBET09. Let's take a look at this field of fillies and mares in the Houston Ladies Classic, and you can access free formulator past performances of this race when you head on over to the Race of the Day event page on drf.com. Download them and handicap along with us as we take the field in post position order. Matt, the number 1, is ready to confess, coming off of a stakes win at Remington Park. She beat a couple of next out winners that day, but this is still a hike in class.
Yeah, those next out winners are in 76 and 71 buyers. You just look and see. She's another filly. It feels like her a mare at this point in her career. I don't know how much better she's gotten over time. I think she's nice. She's honest. She shows up. Multiple graded stakes placed. Don't know if she's good enough to win.
Martini Glass might be good enough to win. The number 2, Paco Lopez, rides at 7-2. The last time this mare stepped on the dirt, she was second in the Grade 1 Spinster. She was one of 4 next out winners in that race. And I think 1 1/8 is a little bit long for her. You saw her over that sloppy track really drifting out considerably in the stretch. She's come back on turf for Keith Nations. A win, a second at 1 3/16. Good tactical speed, working bullets at Tampa Bay.
She's just a nice horse. She shows up, doesn't matter what the surface is. She's going to come with some sort of a run. The interesting thing for me here with her is what kind of pace is she going to get? Because she's not necessarily one she's not entirely pace dependent. The Spinster, she was only 2 lengths out of it, but I feel like she does her best running from considerably farther off. And if that's the case, I don't know what kind of pace she's going to get.
In the Spinster, she finished 5+ lengths clear of Blue Prize, who came back to win the graded Fall City at Churchill Downs by a country mile with a 96 Beyer speed figure. The number 3 is Promise of Spring, who's got a little bit of speed. And last time out in the Tiffany Last, I think that post position really worked against her. Post 11 of 11 with a short run going into the first turn. She had no chance to get comfortable in her usual spot, on or very close to the lead. She tried to come from mid-pack, and I got to be honest with you, she wasn't embarrassed.
No, it wasn't a bad effort, especially when you see Valadorna in here, who had the perfect trip throughout, sitting just off of the overmatched pace setter. There's a scenario where I could see this horse working out a decent enough trip. The problem is, from a fig standpoint, she's just very light.
The number 4 is Valadorna, and Mark Casse has always been high on this daughter of Curlin. She ran in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies in 2016 off of a maiden win. She ran an okay second that day. She came back as a 3-year-old, and it looked like she got hurt after running third in the Rachel Alexandra. Casse gave her plenty of time. She's got 3 races right now, 2 nice wins at the fairgrounds, and while her Beyer speed figures are still a little bit light, she is so lightly raced that improvement is coming, and she's got that tactical gear.
And she's trending upward. You look at the last 3 starts, she's gone from 83 to 85 to 88. I think it's entirely possible we're going to see a 90+ Beyer out of her. The beautiful thing is that tactical speed. I said that about that most recent run. She worked out a perfect trip. That's not a knock. That's her. She's able to put herself into the race and work something out. I think she's a major player.
Curious to see where Timeform US has her on their pace projector, and they got her sitting in that comfortable 3rd spot. The blue bar from Timeform US indicates that they believe this race will favor horses either on or close to the lead. The horse they have on the lead is the number 5, Adore, who was a gate-to-wire winner 2 starts back. Last time out, the beaten favorite against Ready to Confess. She wasn't able to make the lead there. If she's clear, it improves her chances, but I think she might need to run a career best.
Yeah, I think she's going to need to run a career best. I'm also going to be very curious to see how the 3 and the 5 play everything. If they both break, I mean, Promise of Spring has shown that she can sit a little bit.
I would go with her.
I would send hard, and if that's the case and you're the 5, Adore, do you really want to get into a heads-up pitched battle throughout? I kind of feel like if you think you're just better than the 3, let the 3 clear off and sit just off.
Sandy's Surprise, the number 6, is a horse that's always run well around 2 turns on dirt. And I think last time out in the La Cañada, she was just a bit overmatched against Mopatism, who, got a well-deserved win after a lot of close but no cigar finishes against some of the better horses last year.
I think the other thing, too, for me anyway, about that race, the La Cañada, say what you want, 3 horses, 3 noses across the wire. Maybe it wasn't a good race. I think Inside at Santa Anita did phenomenal, and this filly was just parked wider than wide throughout. There's really nothing Bejarano could have done. I thought she acquitted herself just fine. I think this is the perfect scenario where if you go back to that Zia Park Oaks, And then the run 4 back at Los Al, if you believe those figs, she's not that far off.
The horse to beat, however, is the number 7 Actress for the Red Hot trainer, Jason Service. Eclipse Award-winning jockey Jose Ortiz takes them out. And this filly was always good. She won the Grade 2 Black-Eyed Susan as a maiden, but she felt pretty in blinkers last time out in the Grade 3 Comely, in my opinion, and Andy Byers' opinion. Look at that fig.
Yeah.
It's the best race she's ever run.
I thought she was awesome. I mean, she was actually a horse watch for
That's
me
right.
on out of the gate, and I kind of feel like this year, I'm going to be interested to see what we get out of her here. Now, the only reason, I mean, I'll say it, I'm picking against her, but it's not because I'm taking just a hater or anything like that. It's more a matter of there have been so many things going on here in New York with the quarantine situation, with the miserable weather that we've had in New York for the past better half of a month and a half. I wonder how much that's affected her getting ready to go for a race like this. I think she can certainly win. But it's just one of those things. I want to see what we're going to get out of her, acknowledging that she is much the best.
And that's the reason why I picked her second.
Yeah, me too.
She's doubtlessly the horse to beat, but there are some great unknowns here. Service is a great trainer, however. You always got to worry about if that last race is truly what Actress is, where she now has a tactical year and still finishes with the same gusto that she did back in the day when she was a one-run closer, she's going to be really, really good this year. Tiger Moth completes the field. This is a graded stakes winner who was just no match for the aforementioned Blue Prize in the Fall City. I thought she ran just fine that day. She earned an 84 Beyer speed figure, and an 84 Beyer is probably not going to win this, but she's the kind of mare that can clunk up and get a piece.
I was going to say, she's one that you want to use certainly underneath if you're playing any sort of a try or super, because she's going to come with a run.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the $400,000 Houston Ladies Classic. Sandy's Surprise, 6-1 for Mario Gutierrez.
Most of it for me anyway is just looking at it, and we'll find out soon enough if I'm right or wrong about that day at Santa Anita. I thought Inside did very, very well. You look and see, Mopetism was 2 paths off the rail throughout. Mended, who was second, was the pace setter on the rail. LaForce followed Mended throughout, and that was kind of the MO for the entire day. This mare, or filly at this point, Sandy Surprise, she was just hung wide. I'll give her another shot at a decent number.
6-7-2-4 for Matt. Give me Valadorna. She's going to have to run a little bit faster. She's going to be facing really good horses for the first time in a long time, but she's got the recency edge over Actress. Her training has not been compromised at all. She has equally good tactical speed as the morning line favorite, and I think she is about ready to achieve the potential she showed, at least early in her career. 4-7-2 for me in the Grade 3 Houston Ladies Classic. Again, if you're playing this nice card from Sam Houston on Sunday from home, access a $200 free bet, no deposit required. DRF.com/join is where you need to go, and the free bet 09 is your promo code. Approximate post time 4:10 Central. Good luck.